Hello, all of you Leobola friends, wherever you are, back to our channel again. This time, we will discuss a football legend who once discussed your television screen at home. He has a unique characteristic, namely a super powerful left foot kick that makes the opposite goalkeeper collapse when he receives his kick. He is John Arne Riise, Norwegian footballer who once played for big club Liverpool. If we hear the question of who has the strongest left foot kick in football, most people would answer Roberto Carlos. Yes indeed, they were not wrong, but they forgot one name, namely John Arne Riise. His name is not as famous Roberto Carlos, but don't get me wrong, because of John Arne Riise hard left foot kick. Before going too far, let's support our channel. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video so you don't miss interesting videos about football from us. Who is John Arne Riise? He is a Norwegian footballer who was born on 24 September 1980. He has a height of 190 cm and is very supportive of his appearance on the field. Get up the start with the Aalesund club, a club in his hometown, filling the position of left back or left wing. After a season playing in the first team, he moved to AS Monaco in 1998. Riise became a starting player in AS Monaco and won Ligue 1 in 1999 to 200. But the reason Lord was no longer the first choice by his coach at the time, Claude Puel, and he chose to leave AS Monaco. At the time, several clubs were attracted, some of them Fulham and Leeds United. And finally, in 2001, Liverpool bought John Arne Riise from AS Monaco for £4 million. This is where the world of football began to know John Arne Riise, the owner of the deadly left foot kick. John Arne Riise is so easy to steal the attention of the world football public. He became the favorite player of the Liverpool fans. His position is almost irreplaceable. Not infrequently Riise to be trusted as Liverpool's free kick executor. He's made his Liverpool debut against Bayern Munich in 2001 European Super Cup and won 3-2. He ran from the left and gave a right pass to his only partner. There was one moment when the football world was astonished by John Arne Riise, namely when Liverpool met Manchester United at Anfield in 2006. At the time, just before the game was over, in the 88th minute, Liverpool got a free kick from 30 meters from the Manchester United goal. John Arne Riise is believed to be the executor of the free kick. Manchester United made a live fence to block the free kick. John Arne Riise kicked the ball with full power with his left foot. But what happened? Alan Smith, who has hit by the kick, suffered a broken bone. Wow, very unacceptable common sense. But it's real. That's the greatness of John Arne Riise that the other player do not have. He is sharp, strong, and tough, and his left foot is little. No the other player can shoot so strongly that it breaks the opposing player. The BBC once said that John Arne Riise kicks was like a lightning strike. Very crazy. Yes, very crazy. John Arne Riise once scored a goal against Fabian Barthez in 2001 with a power of 70 miles per hour. It's about 112 km per hour. Everyone is shocked, John Arne Riise said. I think it was the most important goal I have ever scored and earned me the acceptance of the loyal fans, said Riise. Riise's achievements at Liverpool are quite proud. He successfully helped Liverpool win the FA Cup, and the most prestigious was helping Liverpool win the Champions League trophy in 2005 after beating AC Milan on the penalties. After winning a Champions League game in 2005, John Arne Riise's life got into trouble. RTE News reported that Riise had been declared bankrupt by the court due to debts of up to £100,000, worth almost the 2 trillion. What? Crazy, 2 trillion debts. How could that happen to John Arne Riise? Riise is known to have had an income of £50,000 or around 1 trillion per week. Did Riise just throw her money away by partying and having fun? Oh, it didn't. It turned out that Riise was involved in a legal dispute with her former agent, Einar Barsden, regarding the allocation of investment funds. It had an impact of Riise's appearance on the field. He looks less consistent on the field while defending Liverpool. In the 2007-2008 season, John Arne Riise sat on the Liverpool bench and his position was replaced by Fabio Aurelio, until finally on June 18, 2008, he left for AS Roma by signing a 4-year contract with a transfer fund of £4 million with a salary of €2.8 million per year. Riise scored his first goal for AS Roma against Inter Milan. John Arne Riise helped AS Roma in Serie A by being in the position of runner-up in 2009-2010 with 80 points from 38 matches. At the time, AS Roma was only 2 points behind the Serie A champions Inter Milan with 82 points. From a total of 38 matches, AS Roma won 24 times, drew 8 times and lost 6 times. These achievements certainly cannot be separated from the role of Riise, given that AS Roma has been thirsty for the Scudetto title since 2004. The change of coach from Luciano Spalletti to Claudio Ranieri in the AS Roma camp brought a positive side to Riise's appearance. Under the tutelage of the Tinkerman, no one expected Roma to rise slowly. This is directly proportional to the graphics of Riise's game with Roma. The climax was when they got past the ruler of Italy, Inter Milan, in the 33 week and won the Serie A standing for the first time since 2004. For Riise, it was again the influence of the Roma fans who determined the success. This year, we started the league badly, but we chose a coach who got us back to the top of Serie A. The fans have supported us. They are present at the training ground, the matches, and it is a great experience to have the support of enthusiastic fans, said Riise. I have bad days, but I always try to be 100%, both in training and during matches. What passed me was the incredible support from the fans. They made me better in the short time. I will give everything for the team to win so that they can win. Happy, added Riise. Another moment with tifosi that Riise can't forget is when Roma succeeded in overthrowing a big team in the Italian League, especially when they scored the decisive goal for Roma's victory over Juventus in Zurich time January 23, 2010. There are some moments that I will never forget with Roma supporters. When they scored the winners against Juventus, we were greeted by hundreds of supporters at the airport when we landed at 2 in the morning. It was incredible. Or when we beat Inter and Lazio. I will always remember that Riise recalled. Riise's brilliant performance with Roma this season immediately attracted two English clubs, Newcastle United and Fulham, are reportedly ready to compete for the player who is famous for his hard left foot kick. However, seeing Roma's devotion, which is so close to Riise's heart, it seems that the opportunity is a bit closed. Moreover, he is still under contract with Roma until June 2012. Secretly, John Arne Riise turned out to be an admirer of Francesco Totti, the figure of captain of AS Roma. According to Riise, Totti was not only a great football player and great captain, but also a very humble person and always fond of the pitch. When I arrived in Roma, I immediately met Totti. Even though he couldn't speak English, he still greeted me and we shook hands. A very friendly person, Riise recalled. Another factor that makes Riise admire the figure of Totti is the enormous influence he has on the team. Riise considered Totti's role similar to his former partner, Steven Gerrard. Totti is like Steven Gerrard at Liverpool, a great player and someone who is respected by everyone, both teammates and opponents, said Riise. John Arne Rise ended his career at AS Roma by joining Fulham in 2011. At Fulham, he played with his own younger brother, John Arne Rise. Now, let's look at the future of John Arne Rise, who loves his brother. Where his brother is also a footballer who plays for Fulham. John Arne Rise cares about her brother's career. John Health and I have a good relationship. We are always in one room when strengthening the national team and supporting each other, said Rise. Rise's real form of concern for his brother was shown when Fulham advanced to the 2009-2010 European League final. Riise came to accompany John to watch the match between Fulham and Atletico Madrid in May 2010. At the time, his brother could not appear in the final. He has worked very hard and never gave up. I know he had tough moments in his professional career, but now he has played in almost every game in the European League with Fulham, said Riise. I'm delighted to have completed my move to Fulham this morning. I look forward to playing in the Premier League once again. Fulham is a club I have always followed because my brother, John, plays here. He has a lot of respect for this club and its staffs. I know this club is ambitious and continues to make good progress every year under the leadership of Mohamed Al-Fayed. I look forward to working with Martin Jol and the other player when I join training next week, John Arne Rise said. Martin Jol as Fulham's coach at the time was quite honored, and at the time Fulham was in needed a left back. John Arne Rise is an experienced international left back and will bring some quality to our squad. He also gives me more options. He is used to playing in the highest level for club and country. He is a defender who can help our attack. I'm very happy to add him to our squad. I'm sure he will prove himself that he is a valuable addition as we hope, said Martin Jol. But unfortunately, Coach Martin Jol's relationships with John Arne Riise is not getting better day by day. Riise's appearance is no longer attractive to Coach Martin Jol, so John Arne Riise is often substituted, until finally he left in 2014 to APOEL. While at Fulham, Riise has played 87 times. After APOEL, Riise continued his football career in the Indian League and retired there. So, how was John Arne Riise's football career for the Norwegian national team? I'm sorry, I didn't go into much detail about his career in Norwegian national team, which I know he played for the senior